Today, we're going to get the Albion Cavalry, and pretty easily too. This weapon is a common ammo type LMG with a magazine of 75. The special ability for this weapon is as shows: on hitting a stunned enemy, increase the attack and applies the effect to the attack. When achieving a critical hit on a stunned enemy, there is a set chance to stun that enemy again. This weapon, if you can't tell, loves to stun enemies, like seriously. This LMG gets bonus attack towards Colossus fights, an increase in weapon swap speed, bonus firearm attack to the Legion of Darkness, and has a slight increase to the weak points on enemies. This gun at level 1 comes standard with 160 damage per second, and I upgraded it to level 45 with a base increase to 17,737 damage. Then take this build as you will, but we increased it even further to 24,571. It has no elemental damage to it, so I added fire, but feel free to change that if you'd like to. This build is early on and isn't meant as an endgame playability. I'm sure you can make it a whole lot better. These are just what I had on hand to go ahead and use. Against the same level enemies that are around 40, we can see that it really isn't too special. It has a slow fire rate, decent damage to kill. I really didn't notice too much of its special ability proccing, but enemies have to already be stunned for it to work anyway, so that's kind of a bummer. The reload speed is horrendous, even with a reload mod on. I don't want to imagine what the reload is like without any mods to help. I thought I would also take this into Colossus fights. For taking down the Dead Bride, it actually does pretty decent. The weapon has great range and does steady damage. We actually got through the whole fight without a problem. But of course, if you want it to shine better, you just need to take a higher level, and I'm sure it's great later on. But for now, it really isn't the preferred choice for Colossus fights with its current stats. But of course, in the lower tier fights, this gun is a monster. Soloing the Gravewalker was a piece of cake. As long as the weapon is far higher than the enemy, of course it'll be a powerhouse, am I right? But you guys decide whether you want to pick it up. It's really easy to get and it counts towards your mastery rank, so I say go ahead and get it to the max level and keep it in your inventory. Don't delete any ultimate weapons. That's the way I see it, because it could change later. To get this weapon, you have to have the Agna Desert decently unlocked, pretty much all areas except the last. Now, I didn't notice this at first, but when you collect the parts from the missions, the parts seem to disappear from the drop list, meaning everyone can get this weapon at least once, then afterwards you have to collect the materials manually from NIEs to rebuild it later, which is why I said not to delete it after maxing the level cap. So in the starting area, the Vermilion Waste, you're looking for a mission called the Rock Cave Base. To complete this, you simply defeat enemies in a cave until you reach the end. You will eventually run into the Elite Vanguard, so defeat him and you will be rewarded the Polymer Sink. Heading up just north of Vermilion Waste is the Remnant. We're going to head towards the abandoned reconstruction site and get the synthetic fiber. We need to defeat enemies surrounding the area and collect bombs to then use on A, B, and C objectives. Once you destroy them all, an elite slaughterer will spawn, so take him down and you will be rewarded the fiber part. Remember, it will now be removed from the drop table in this mission. The next area is the storage. Once you're here, go ahead and head north to find the previous construction team quarters. Defeating all the enemies in the area will spawn another slaughterer, so take him down and take the next part, which is the nanotube. And for the final part, which is the blueprint, we're going to head a little south to the mining site and take care of the excavation team directional radar. This is a defense mission, just so you know. Protect the objective for a certain time until you get the elite Vulgus Panzer to spawn. He really isn't that tough of a mini boss, so taking care of him shouldn't take long. You will get the blueprint as soon as you complete the mission. But man, it's been nice to grind for parts, and then this gun was just 100% drop chance for the first time. That's just incredible to me. Head to NIEs in Albion, open the weapon tab, and choose your Albion Cavalry. This will take 4 hours of real life time with a cost of 100,000 gold to complete. As soon as the research is completed, go ahead and collect your weapon and enjoy it. If this guide has helped you, drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more of the first Descendant content. If you have a different build for the gun, go ahead and put them in the comments. I'm curious as to how you use this weapon and if it's better than what I showcased earlier. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and remember to stay safe, because the world without you is nothing.